And this Penn Point starts right now. This episode of Penn Point is brought to you by Squarespace. Let them do your website. I want to talk about conspiracy theories. And when you hear conspiracy theories, they're really, really sexy. This friend of mine in Vegas, Matt Donnelly, who's an improv guy, really funny guy, was talking about how the first time you hear the moon landing could be a hoax, it's just the coolest, sexiest thing in the world. So cool. We never even thought of that. Wow, we could have faked it. That'd be a great thing. And we were talking about that and talking about how conspiracy theories are so seductive. I mean, the 9/11 truthers, when they talk about that stuff, it's so seductive. And they make it all make sense and it all ties together, and you can always find that kind of evidence. And the only thing that makes it not likely is that it didn't happen and there's too many people involved in to keep it secret. I mean, look at Watergate. My argument against conspiracy is always Watergate. I mean, how could you not be able to cover up the Watergate break-in to a shrink's office? I mean, that's the easiest thing to do in the world, and the most powerful people in the world, and they still fucked it up. And I think you just fuck up any conspiracy, and that's the real argument against it. But the other thing is, if you know anything about the world that it happens in, it becomes even crazier. I don't know anything about government. I have nothing to do with government. So when I hear conspiracy stuff, I think, well, you know, maybe they're really competent, they really know what they're doing. But then once in a while, you get pushed in your face with something you know about. And we did, there are a few things about conspiracy of me. There's one website that says that I'm a Zionist because, you know, Greenfield, Massachusetts is a hotbed of Zionist activity. You know, Greenfield, Massachusetts turned out some really insane Zionists, so I can understand their misunderstanding. And also that I'm a CIA operative, and they just put me into bullshit so that I could then say bad stuff about conspiracy. But there's another stuff out that's this huge thing about a conspiracy with us and the pharmaceutical companies, because we've done the pro-vaccine show, we've done some organic stuff, we've done some, jive-ass new age medicine. So there's this, and I'm not going to give you any information to find it, and please do me a favor and don't put the links in and don't look it up, because it's really wrong to give these people any sort of advertising, because they're using copyrighted material that doesn't belong to them. They're using stuff that belongs to doesn't even belong to me, belongs to Showtime, and they shouldn't be doing that without permission. And this was brought to you by Squarespace, and I want to tell you about this Squarespace. We have Penn Teller website. And the Penn Teller website costs like $1 zillion fucking dollars a month to have maintained, because we started it forever ago, and we still have the same people, and all of us are too embarrassed to tell them that they charge too much and that we could do it ourselves easily. We could do it ourselves with Squarespace. It's a publishing system for anyone looking to build a blog, portfolio, or any kind of website. You could do Penn Point with Squarespace. To put it in layman's terms, Squarespace is a tool that would allow you, your mom, anyone really, your grandmother, to build a website that has the same functions found on some of the coolest whiz-bang pages on the web. If you already have a site, you want to make it easier to use, no problem. Their newly launched Site Importer tool makes it extremely easy to move sites from other environments into Squarespace. They even have a ton of new social widgets, so no one will forget about your Twitter, okay? So this Squarespace thing is cool. As a Penn Point viewer, you can use the code PENN to get 10% off the life of your order. Go to squarespace.com to get started and tell them Penn sent you. The idea is that we are prostitutes working for pharmaceutical companies, because they pay us a huge amount of money, and they tie this all from some big pharmaceutical company, then going to Viacom, then going to Showtime, then going to Penn to exploit his filthy mouth. They say that to tarnish the reputation of these fucking whack job who say that you know, pharmaceutical companies are evil. We're fighting them. You know, they've hired me. And I guess if you're outside that and you're watching it, you could think, well, you know, Penn and Teller are on TV, and Penn's saying this stuff about backing modern medicine and attacking, you know, alternative medicine, or as Minchin says, you know, he says there's a name for alternative medicine that really works. Medicine. He says that in Storm, which is a great thing. But anyway, when you're inside it, it's just fucking insane. First of all, we don't get paid very much for doing bullshit. So I suppose you could bribe us. I mean, I suppose you could imagine that a few $1 million in my pocket would have me say something on TV that's not true. I don't know. It's never been tried. Maybe I have a weakness. Give it a try. See if I crack. It also means that people that with my personality and Teller's personality are going to be able to shut up about that forever. And who knows? Maybe we keep secrets. I mean, we don't tell you how the fucking bullet catch is done in the Penn and Teller show in Vegas. You know, that's a real big secret. We don't tell you that one. And so we can keep secrets. So maybe that's possible. And you know, we like doing our show, and maybe a lot of money and keeping the show going would do that. But you have to think about the motive of the pharmaceutical companies. If they have millions of dollars to spend tarnishing the reputation of people who are in alternative medicine, why would they pick me? I mean, Showtime is not the biggest network. Showtime is a pay network that goes out, and our ratings are not that huge. You know, on a huge rating, adding everything together, it is millions of people. It is not tens of millions of people. It's not tens of millions of people. It's millions of people, and millions of people in a population of 300 million. You know, we're maybe, if you count every single person that's ever seen any episode of bullshit, we might get to 1% of the population of the United States is going to do you no fucking good at all. Plus, if you want to convince somebody of a point of view, don't get someone who looks like me and says fuck a lot. Stay away from those people. They're no good for you. And on top of all of that, who watches bullshit that starts out being really anti-alternative medicine, really pro-alternative medicine, watches a half-hour comedy show that deals with issues and then goes, you're right, I'm going to give all my money to pharmaceutical companies. They're completely right. I mean, we would like to think, otherwise there's no reason to do it, that people who are on the fence and need more information will actually leave watching Penn and Teller bullshit, do a little more research, and maybe over a long period of time have some slight shift in what they feel or what they think. Maybe, you know. I don't think about that. I don't think about being manipulative. All I think about is trying to tell the truth as I see it. And I really love doing the bullshit shows because during the research phase, we learn a lot and we think a lot. We have to look through stuff. But it's just amazing to me that there could be a top-down conspiracy from a pharmaceutical company to get me to say certain people are motherfuckers that I don't think are motherfuckers. I mean, really, is that the... First of all, how much does it cost to get me to say something I don't believe? Think about that figure. Now, once you've got that figure in your head, and if you think I'm, you know, that I'll fucking do anything for anybody, you know, even if that figure is, even if you think that $500 would sway me, is that the best way to spend your $500 if you're trying to get a conspiracy going by bringing me into it? So I imagine that if you work for NASA and the moon landing thing comes down, that you have the same feeling like, what the you can't even tell them how it could be wrong because it's so clearly not part of the culture. And the same thing with the, you know, the 9/11 truthers. It's really hard to answer. You go, what? What the fuck are you talking? Okay, that's all. Because I just want to say about the people who say that I'm part of a conspiracy with the pharmaceutical companies. What the fuck? Please, if you're a pharmaceutical company and you think this is the place to spend your money, let's find out how much it costs to get Penn Jillette to say something he doesn't believe. It might be a lower figure than you think, but whatever it is, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it.